It's time for Business Now, and Stephen Carroll joins me on set. Welcome, Stephen.
Hi, Shona.
Starting in the United States, where the government has blocked a takeover by a Chinese firm.
This is a deal concerning the wire transfer company Moneygram. It says it's abandoned its sale to China's Ant Financial after failing to secure US government approval. This is one of the highest profile deals involving a Chinese company to be blocked since Donald Trump was elected president. The sale was valued at $1.2 billion. MoneyGram's shares fell by almost 7% after the news was announced. This statement from the company's CEO saying the geopolitical environment had changed considerably since the deal was first announced. Julia Kim has the story.
Disappointment for China's Ant Financial after Washington blocks its takeover of US money transfer company MoneyGram. Worth almost €1 billion, it's one of the highest-profile Chinese deals to be shot down by the Trump administration and underlines the growing tensions between the US and China.
The geopolitical environment has changed considerably since we first announced the proposed transaction with Ant Financial nearly a year ago. Despite our best efforts to work cooperatively with the US government, it has now become clear that CFIUS, the Committee on Foreign Investments in the United States, will not approve this merger.
The CFIUS is a multi-agency body that advises the president to block foreign deals on national security grounds. Its decision is a blow to Jack Ma, one of China's richest men. His e-commerce group, Alibaba, owns Ant Financial, which dominates the country's €4.6 trillion mobile payments market. Ma had promised the president that he would create 1 million jobs in the US, a nod to his America First policy. But Trump shows no signs of softening his stance. The collapse of MoneyGram's sale is the latest in a string of recent Chinese deals frustrated by the US government.
Bringing you closer.
It's a big day for the financial industry, with sweeping changes coming into force in the European Union. What can we expect?
Banks and financial firms have spent $2 billion preparing for today. This is the second Markets in Financial Instruments Directive, known as MiFID II, because it's quite difficult to say, comes into force. Running to more than 7,000 pages, the reforms were drawn up in the wake of the financial crisis to make European markets safer and more efficient. Now, among the changes from today, fund managers will have to pay for the investment research that they use. This is currently provided for free, but the EU wants to cut down on any conflicts of interest. More trading will also have to take place on open, regulated exchanges rather than in so-called dark pools where key details can be concealed. Traders will now have to report details of financial transactions as soon as they happen, as well as who is making those trades.
Now, Stephen, what's happening on the markets this Wednesday?
European shares starting the day in the green. That's following on from a record finish on Wall Street on Tuesday. No great reaction on financial shares to MiFID coming into force. A big change, though, for lots of financial firms, but they have had a long time to get ready for these changes, so no great surprises on the markets there. On the Asian markets, we also had some gains following on the lead from Wall Street. Japanese markets still closed today. They're back in business after the New Year holidays tomorrow. I look now at some more of today's business headlines for you. And Spotify is facing a $1.6 billion lawsuit over royalties to songwriters, including Tom Petty and Neil Young. Wixon Music Publishing is taking the case, claiming that the music streaming service doesn't adequately compensate writers. Last year, the company paid $43 million to settle claims from another collective of songwriters. The Chinese internet giant Tencent has denied claims that it stores or reads messages that are sent on the popular WeChat service. The company responded to comments from the chairman of Geely Automobile, who claims that Tencent was definitely looking at our WeChat messages. Tencent says that users' messages are stored only on their phones and not centrally. And staff at American Airlines are to receive a bonus of $1,000 each as a result of the tax reforms in the United States. The company's CEO said it was the right thing to do. The bonuses will cost the firm around $130 million, and it follows a similar move from rival airline Southwest.
And finally, from you, an advertisement for a dating website in the UK has been banned. because it is misleading.
These were ads put up by eHarmony in the London Tube last summer, saying that it was time for science to have a go at love. The site said that it had a scientifically proven matching system to help people find their soulmates, but the UK's advertising regulator disagreed, saying that it was misleading. The ASA said that eHarmony didn't prove that it gave people a significantly greater chance of finding lasting love. eHarmony says that it respectfully disagrees with the ruling, but has promised to make its advertising clearer in the future. Science cannot find you love.
If only it were that simple. Thanks, Stephen, for that.